dropped a bomb. They dropped a bomb. They dropped a bomb on me.
Hey guys, welcome back. Welcome back to Ask Snes. So here we go, another episode, another week. God, the week's going fast. Seems like it's only 5 minutes since I last did my Ask Snes episode. So yeah, crazy really, isn't it? How quick the week goes. So winter's kicking in. Got the old hoodie on. Keep myself nice and warm. It's suddenly turned this last week. It's gone really cold and the rain's kicking in. Filmed this video a bit later in the day today as well. I've had a lot going on today. I've been quite busy. So it's just about to turn dark. So it's turning dark around about 4:30 at the moment. So I'm using the artificial light. So I hope to God it looks alright. If not, I'm going to have to correct it on the editing. But yeah, fingers crossed anyway. I mean, it looks alright on the camera. But I'll wait and see. So yeah, other than that, not a lot happening this week. A bit quiet on the Western Front kind of thing. Game room needs a lot of work. It's yeah, it's definitely a project in the works. That one. It's it's going to take a while to get there. And it looks so barren behind me. And I look at the screen and it's like, Jesus Christ, I don't look like a collector anymore. I've got nothing in here. I've completely emptied my whole shelving unit. It's just ridiculous. But oh well, it'll get filled up again. And I just thought, yeah, you can sort of see that. That's the PlayStation area there. That'll be the PlayStation corner when it's all done. So yeah, it's going to take a while because I've got to decide how I'm going to display everything and build it all up and all that kind of stuff and add games to it and everything, obviously. But speaking of that, it's coming along nicely. I've got some additions to that I'm going to need to talk about. So I'll be posting a couple of PlayStation vids soon. Update you on that, what's going on. That's some really nice pickups on that front. Other than that, it's all good. Got some more Super Famicom stuff coming up as well. I need to show that. Making sure they're not sneaking in the camera there so you can see them in advance. But so yeah, got some good stuff coming up, more videos to come. Other than that, it's all good really. Just quiet, cold, wet. Winter's coming. Yeah, it won't be long. I just saw Christmas puddings in Tesco, so I was like, oh Jesus, here we go. Yeah. Don't like going to Tesco. I had no choice, I need some milk. And unfortunately Morrison's milk is disgusting, so I have to go to Tesco's and get completely and utterly ripped off by their pricing, which is a bit of a shame, but there you go. No wonder they're going down the toilet. It won't be long before Tesco's are gone. Anyway, right, on to the questions. That's what you're here for, isn't it? Yeah. So first up, we've got my main man Skins. Hello, thanks for the question, mate. And Skins wants to know, right, okay, which movie scared you the most, and do you think age was a factor? I think, to be honest, the only thing I can really think of with that, mate, is going to be Nightmare on Elm Street. I remember watching the first one. I don't know when it came out, so I must have been quite young, I think. I'm sure it was the 80s. I might be completely wrong. I don't watch, like, I was going to say I don't watch horror films, but I like psychological horrors and thrillers. I just don't like films where people are getting cut up. I just cannot see any benefit in watching that. It just doesn't do it for me at all. And I've not really watched them as an adult, because I just don't see the point. And I know it probably wouldn't affect me as an adult, so I think age is a factor. I know as a kid I watched the first Nightmare on Elm Street. From what I can remember, it was a pretty decent film as well. It wasn't sick. It was a good, yeah, it was a well written film. So it wasn't like the sequels where they were just cutting people up left, right and centre. I know my dad watched all of them, and I'm pretty sure I saw bits of the sequels here and there. And I know my friend used to watch them as well. I think he was younger than me actually, so he shouldn't have been watching them at all. But I do have this vivid memory. I don't know where I was at the time. I was staying at someone's house, and they had a Freddy Krueger TV show at the time. I don't know what it was called. It might have been on Sky, I'm not sure. But I just remember there was a Freddy Krueger TV show, and there's this one scene in particular that I always remember, which freaked the shit out of me as a kid. And now it probably looked really stupid and quite quite amateur actually, I think, to be honest. But at the time, it's Freddy Krueger talking to camera, and there's two mannequin dolls in front of him that are stuck together. And he gets his razor hand and he cuts down the middle of the mannequin dolls, and all this blood oozes out, and it scared the shit out of me. I mean, Freddy Krueger, for a child, he's not something you should be watching. Just looking at him is enough to scare the crap out of you. So yeah, I would probably say that. I mean, yeah, the Nightmare on Elm Street films were just they were pretty grim. Right, thanks for the question. Next question is from Scribble Sam Animation. Cheers, Sam. First question is, do you worry a bit about being asked the same questions over and over again? Not really. It doesn't bother me, to be honest, mate. I'm quite happy to keep answering the questions. You might even get a different answer, you never know. Depends on my mood at the time, so no, not at all. Number two, considering that you like Power Rangers, indeed I do, Would you consider buying an American import of a Zeo Ranger, pronounced, was it Jew Ranger? I don't know, it's double U, so Jew Ranger, I don't know, on DVD. It's the original Japanese show from '92 that Power Rangers was based on. Oh, okay. Due to popular demand, they're releasing it on DVD in the US and its original Japanese form with optional subtitles. Yeah, I'd give that a shot. It'd be quite interesting to see the origins, actually, where it came from. Because I don't know too much. I mean, I just literally, I'm not like a massive fan, I just watch it when it's on. If I'm flicking the TV on the weekend and it's on, I'll watch it. The new one's mental. I don't know what's going on. I was watching it on Channel 5 or something a couple of weeks back. Jesus Christ. It's right over the top. I mean, the original Power Rangers was awesome, but the new one, it's mental. There's like massive bloody mechanised robot things and Christ knows what's going on. It's really cool. But yeah, I wouldn't mind giving that a shot. Okay, number 3. What is your opinion on the Street Fighter movie, the one with Jean-Claude and Kylo? I don't know what channel it was on, but it was on the other week and I caught it again. It's awful. It's truly a terrible, terrible film. It's watchable, thank God. I mean, unlike a lot of bad films, I can actually sit through it. But yeah, man, that's a pretty shitty film. It just doesn't make any sense. The casting is all wrong. The accents are all wrong. The storyline is abysmal. Raul Julia is probably the only decent thing in the whole film. Kylie's terrible. Jean-Claude, well, you don't really expect much, but he's pretty crap. All the other actors are pretty crap. Yeah, it's a pretty awful film. And especially when you compare it to Mortal Kombat, because that had a fantastic movie. But Street Fighter, oh, how did they get that so wrong? I don't know. It shouldn't be that difficult to make a film, but yeah, not a good one. And the 4th question. Okay. Right, okay, apparently it's a bit of a depressing question. Oh, cheers, Sam. Just what I need. Did you ever feel let down by a childhood hero in a horrific way? For example, I was a fan of Ron Paris. Yeah, I see your point. Okay. Most people who know me knew I was into cartoons and wanted to have a career as a cartoonist. Rolf Harris was the first person I watched draw cartoons with these chunky markers. I was 4 years old at the time, so unlike Jimmy Savile, Rolf had a nostalgic value to me. I was devastated when Rolf was recently found guilty over his charges, and don't get me wrong, he deserves to be in jail because what he did was horrific. But it's just depressing to know that the same man who committed those horrific crimes was the same man who taught us to draw back in the day. All I can do now is move on and keep drawing cartoons. Yeah, absolutely. I think at the end of the day, you have to separate as well the man Rolf Harris from the Rolf Harris that you see on TV and that you grew up with. Because at the end of the day, those memories are still there. You know, you don't have to really take on what's happened now. I mean, what's happened. And you know, without going into details and all that about the Rolf Harris case, because I'm not getting into all that sort of stuff on here. It is a shame. It's a shame that it keeps happening and people are just getting constantly picked up, and you know, there's a lot of people going to jail, which is mental. And it's kind of weird that like a lot of people from back then are getting done, but you know, it is what it is. And I just think you have to just separate and just, you know, you've got the memories, that's all that matters. The point is, he inspired you at that time to be a cartoonist, and if you know, if you've gone on and done that, just continue on with it. And if you know, if you've not made it there yet, just keep going, just keep, you know, persevering, and just, you know, hold those memories there and just kind of forget about all the other stuff, because you know, you can't really include that in it, I don't think, you know, because you can't just say, oh well, you know, he did what he did, so therefore my memories don't mean anything, because the memories are memories, you can't change them, it happened, you know. It's just unfortunate what the situation is now, but anyway. Can you draw cartoons? No, I can't draw for shit. I've tried, but I just don't have it. I think you either do or you don't. I mean, you can teach people to draw, but I think like the real true artists, like any kind of art form, it's just a natural thing. It just comes naturally, and you know, you can just. I mean, like the thing that always amazes me, people who can draw people. It blows my mind, that does. How you can. I can't comprehend how that works. How you can define their face and get the lines right out and just work out the features. And I find that absolutely mind-blowing. And like caricatures and all that, I just find that fascinating. So yeah, I'd love to be able to draw. I really wish I could, but I do think even if I'm taught to draw, never be as good as it would be if it was a God-given talent. So yeah. Right, so thank you, Sam. Cheers for the question, mate. So that's what we got. Next questions are from Mike Snow. Hello, Mike. And he asks, if your life was turned into a movie, which actor would play you? Jason Statham. Gotta be, man. Bald head, you know. And he's just a badass. I love Jason Statham. I don't know, it'd be quite interesting as well to give him more of an opportunity to show that he can act, because he can. You know, he doesn't just kick the shit out of people, he's actually got an ability. So yeah, it'd be a more subdued, more dramatic piece. It wouldn't be so much fighting. So that would be really cool. So yeah, Jason Statham definitely. And what made you laugh the hardest in your entire life? Oh my God. Christ knows, that's a tough one. I don't know, there's loads of things. I mean, if I was talking more recently, the one thing that really made me laugh a lot, I don't know if anybody watches movie channels on YouTube. There's a guy called John Flickster. He's got 2 channels, the Flick Pick and the John Flickster channel. He's absolutely brilliant. He's so funny. And he did a video not long ago where he goes out and, like the game people, all of us like doing, people drive around and go game hunting. And he goes out buying Blu-rays. And he did this one video the other week, and I was absolutely pissing myself. It was awesome. Because he went, I don't know, he was like Walmart or something. And he found this Ninja Turtle like onesie kind of outfit. And he videoed himself in the changing room wearing this turtle onesie. And it was just absolutely quality. I was just absolutely pissing myself laughing. I thought that was so funny. So yeah, if you've ever seen that, just you'll know what I mean. But yeah, check out John Flickster. He's absolutely awesome. Top channel that is. Flick Pick and John Flickster. Okay, next one's Spooky Gamer UK. Got the old screen mask on his icon there. Very nice. So thanks for the questions. Okay, first question is, what do you think of the upcoming PlayStation 4 exclusive, The Order 1886, and are you looking forward to it? I was looking forward to it. To be honest, despite when the first couple of clips came out and people were a bit on the fence, I was actually thinking it looked quite nice. I liked the initial trailer, I liked the initial gameplay demo, even though it was a bit basic and it looked like a normal third person cover shooter. I've got to be honest, the latest video that came out a couple of months ago, I thought it looked so boring. And that's the problem I've got, it looks really, really boring. It seems like it's got no atmosphere to it at all. And I don't know if that's down to the tone of the game or the music or what it is, but it just didn't look very good. It looked really quite boring. I will play it because the actual concept is something I'm interested in. I like third-person shooters, and the graphics look gorgeous. So I probably will give it a shot. I'm just not sure if I'm going to buy it day one, to be honest with you. Unless something more comes out before release and then it just really shines, then I will. But yeah, it's definitely on my radar anyway. I'm still keeping an eye on it just to be certain. Next question: have you played Alien Isolation? I'm not sure about that one. I think I'm going to pick it up on cheap because I got burnt when I bought. Well, I didn't get burnt because I bought it on the cheap. What am I about? But I bought Colonial Marines when it was dirt cheap, like £3. Pile of shit. Didn't like it at all. I mean, I'm not a massive Aliens guy as well. I'm not one of these people who absolutely adores a franchise and knows all the film and it back inside and out. So I've never been a person who's like, oh, where's no Aliens game come out, I must get it. But it does look like a cool first-person shooter, so I'll wait and see. I'll check out some reviews because I haven't watched any yet. And when it's cheap enough, I'll probably pick it up. It's like £20, I think. Next one. Are you worried about future digital distribution wiping out physical media? Absolutely, mate. If you look back on my channel, there is a video called Give the Finger to Digital Distribution, which a few people responded to at the time. And that's pretty much how I feel about digital distribution. I've got no time for it at all. It doesn't even factor into my life. A lot of people talk about digital gaming and blah 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 blah, and especially when you watch a lot of modern channels and like big channels like IGN and all the big gaming sources and indie games, digital gaming. It's all a massive thing. To me, I don't give a toss about it. I buy the game on the disc and I play it. If it ain't on a disc, I ain't playing it. It's as simple as that. And I'm not being a Luddite about it. I just don't. It doesn't really factor into my mindset at all. I never think about what new digital releases are available, even looking at them. I just don't have any interest in digital gaming at all. And part of that probably is down to being a collector as well, but mostly because that's just the way I think most of my generation are. We grew up, you buy games on a format, you don't buy a code. I mean, all you're buying is, you're not buying anything really. This is my biggest objection to digital distribution, is you're not buying anything, you don't own it. All you're doing is renting it really, because what can you do with it? Nothing. I mean, especially that European law, as far as I'm aware, I think it's gone through, or it's going through, pretty sure it's gone through, where you can resell your digital content. But I mean, I don't know, I just don't see how that works or what the point of it is. Really. I'm just think all it is just code on a hard drive. That's all it is. It's just megabytes, it's gigabytes, it's just nothing. It's pointless. You don't own it, you can't do anything with it. They've got complete control over it. You can't lend it to your friends. I mean, we had all this with Microsoft with the Xbox One. And I know they've relented a bit on that, but in the future that might change again. So I just don't know. I don't see any benefit. And I've always said, like, if your hard drive goes tits up, alright, they'll get it in the cloud and everything on the server, and you can re-download it. But they always limit how many times you can re-download these bloody things. And in the future, 20, 30 years in the future, when their servers are down, the company's gone under, or they just don't exist for whatever reason, You know, you're 80 and you want to play your game and you can't. How do you get on then? You know, I just think there's a lot of negative things towards digital, and I hate that the whole world is going digital and everything's being put on a server in a bloody cloud. It just seems silly to me. It seems this over reliance on digital content is dumb, and digital storage and backing all of our information up on digital. All it needs is the Chinese to drop an EMP and we're screwed. I mean, that's it, we're done. You know, you've got to have paper backups. I mean, I still like bank statements and things like that. I have paper backups. I don't do digital. It's pointless. It seems really silly to me. You've got no evidence, nothing to go back to and say, oh, you know, here we go. So no, I hate digital distribution. It sucks balls. Anyway, next one. Why do you think so many people suffer with OCD when collecting? I also suffer with OCD. Mate, I think it's just a thing that if you suffer with OCD anyway, and then you become a collector, and maybe collecting spurns from the OCD as well, then it's just going to just manifest itself massively when you're collecting. You know, I've got mild OCD, I'm pretty sure of it. Never been diagnosed. I'm not really going to go to the doctor and ask to be diagnosed either, because it's a bit pointless. But yeah, I think every human being has some form of OCD. It's just that some people have an extra level of intense OCD. With the gaming thing, I don't know what it is. Most of it is down to YouTube. If I didn't make YouTube videos, and not so much make them, but I didn't watch YouTube videos, I wouldn't be anywhere near as bad as I am. I wouldn't have had all those games, and I wouldn't be constantly buying, selling, because I just literally wouldn't have that source. I wouldn't be able to look at people and go, oh, I wish I hadn't sold that, or man, that system looks interesting, I'm going to buy one of those, and I buy it, and then I find that I'm not that bothered by it, and then I sell it, and then I watch the video a couple of months later by somebody else, and I'm like, now I should have sold that, I need to buy it back. That's a big problem. The YouTube thing's a real pain in the arse, but I don't care, because you know, it's fun, it's all part of the game, isn't it, at the end of the day. And if you've got the money and you want to do it, why not? You're not harming anybody. You know, I do find it funny when people get, not everybody, but some people do get quite uptight about the whole buying and selling and rebuying and reselling. At the end of the day, the person who's doing that, it's their finances. They know what situation they're in, if they can do that or not. It's no one else's business, really. You know, if you're saying something to someone as a friend and you know trying to be compassionate, that's fine. But when you're just outright just slagging them off, you know, and just insulting them or something because they do that, well, you're a dickhead. At the end of the day, you don't. When you buy stuff, you don't have. There's no like written God rule that I bought this, so I have to own this for the rest of my life. If I want to sell it, I'll sell it, and if I want to buy it back, I'll buy it back. I might look a dick, but so what? It's my cash, and it makes entertaining YouTube videos. So, right. Next question is: how long until you think game cartridges will stop working due to age? Good question. I mean, to be honest, mate, they're going like 20, 30 years already, and they haven't stopped working yet. I think they'll last quite a long time. I know CDs and DVDs have got an age restriction on them. I'm not sure. I can't remember how long they last for, or supposed to last for, but I think cartridges, all they are is just a circuit board, so as long as they're well looked after, I don't really see how they can go tits up. I mean, especially with us lot and all, because we all clean our cartridges, we all keep them in the boxes and keep them in bloody box protectors and everything, so they're all dust and, you know, environment safe. So I don't really, yeah, I think they could probably last a lot longer. Hopefully they won't ever die, because, you know, unless, I mean, if the market peters out and the prices go down, it won't matter anyway, but if the prices continue to rise or stay as they are, it would be a shame if you've got thousands of pounds a game and the games and they all go die. But then again, it's not about the money, is it? It's all about the gaming. So, but I think they'll last a long time yet. They should last past when we're dead anyway, I think. Anyway, thank you for the questions, mate. Okay. Oh, got some more questions from my main man Skins. Oh, I see why, because he's got a question about pizza, which he referenced at the bottom, which apparently I answered last week, so there we go. Right, so Michael Jackson or Prince? Michael Jackson. I love Prince, awesome artist, but Michael Jackson is a god. One of the greatest artists ever living. Simple as. I mean, the music that he created, you can't touch that. You know, you hear a Michael song on the radio and it just hits you straight away. It's like, damn. Especially when you listen to the lyrics of his songs and all, and that bloke, yeah, he was just awesome. I love Michael Jackson. Boobs or butts? Butts. I like a big ass. Not a fat ass, but just get like a J-Lo or a Nicki Minaj, a nice ass. Favourite cookie? Well, that'd be biscuit. So anything. I'm not fussy. I like digestives. Anything with chocolate on it. Yeah, pretty much anything. It's hard to pick a favourite. I do have a thing for at the moment, like orange chocolate digestives, and digestive caramels as well. They're beautiful. I love caramel biscuits. Classics are like pink wafers, bourbons. Well, I've got jammy dodgers, which jammy dodgers are bleeding lethal because I can never eat a couple. I always end up just mashing the whole packet, just dip them in your tea. They're absolutely quality. So yeah, those are some of my favourites anyway. Next ones are from my mate Nate over in America. Nate Great 321, who's suddenly just started coming back. So hello Nate, need some videos mate. It's been a while, so need an update. So Nate asks, what are some of the top albums on your vinyl wish list? Ooh. Okay, at the moment, in terms of like old vinyl, it's sort of literally just a case of whatever I find. There are a couple of albums by 5 Star that I want because I haven't got those yet. I don't know if it's 2 or 3 albums. I think there's a Greatest Hits album and there's 2 other releases that I need to get, which I can't think of the names off the top of my head. So I'm keeping an eye out for those. In terms of new vinyl, like re-released, I want to get Alanis Morissette, Jagged Little Pill. I want to get Norah Jones, which I can't remember the name. I think the album's called Come Away With Me. I absolutely adore that. I've got it on CD and it's beautiful. And I also want to get Leftover Tour by Kansas as well, because that album is quality. I have to own that. It's about 25 quid though, so it's a bit bloody pricey. And I want to get the 3 Kid Rock albums that I don't have already, which are Rebel Soul, Jesus Christ, what was it? Rebel Soul, and the other 2. It's all the recent 3 that I haven't got yet. Born Free, Rebel Soul, and what the bleeding hell's the other album called now? Oh jeez, I can't think anyway. But the latest 3 Kid Rock albums, I need to get them as well. Okay, and if you could take an all expenses paid week vacation to anywhere in the world, where would it be and why? Japan. Definitely. Bit of a cliched answer, but it's got to be Japan. Just a week in Japan with a few grand in my pocket and just raid Akihabara. I'd just be so chuffed. I mean, I don't know how you get on for bringing them back and paying the tax and everything, but just raid Akihabara, just buy a shitload of Super Famicom and Japanese Mega Drive, and just bring a big box back with me. That would be absolutely super. Plus, get to enjoy the Japanese culture as well, because that'd be really interesting, because it's completely different. Yeah, that'd be really nice. Okay, number 3. At the end of this console's lifespan, which do you expect to be the leader of the 3? Xbox One, PS4 or Wii U? Well, the question is there, Nate. Nintendo's got this quality of life product that they're going to be talking about soon. Now, I don't know if that's going to be a separate product, or if it is going to be the successor to the Wii U. I mean, there's a bit of like speculation on both of those at the moment, and I know that they've recently been hiring people for the next gen of hardware as well. They want to bring the graphics up to PS4 and Xbox One standard. So I would assume that next E3 we might hear something, maybe in what year is it now? 14. So 2016 maybe we might get a new console. Maybe 2017. 2017 might be a bit too late. So it's hard to say without knowing what they're going to do. But without knowing what they're going to do, we'll just go with the main 3. At the moment, I would assume PS4 is going to come out on top. But you don't know what's going to happen with Microsoft, because I know Phil Spencer's really pushing to get a lot of really good quality exclusives on the Xbox One. And the Xbox One is a great console. I really like it a lot. So it's interesting to see where that goes, because that's what they need. They need brand new franchises and really good exclusives. I mean, they snagged Tomb Raider, which was awesome. But PlayStation, PS4, if you're really into your technical bullshit, like your 1080p's and your 60 frames and all that cobblers, PS4 wipes the floor with Xbox at the moment. It might change. But PlayStation always get the really quality exclusives. You saw that with all their first 3 consoles. PS1 started off so many franchises. PS2 had a ton of exclusives. I'm not too au fait on the PS2, as I say. I was an Xbox guy back then. PS3, I mean, it speaks for itself. They had so many good exclusives on that system. So I would assume, going by their track record, I would assume that PS4 is on target to be number 1 at the moment. But then the Wii U is really cranking out some great titles at the moment. And next year, in particular 2015, has got some awesome games coming out. If they continue to do that and bring out more and more great games, I reckon, unless Microsoft amaze us with some phenomenal exclusives, I think it's going to end up being PS4 at number 1, Wii U at number 2, and then Xbox at number 3. But as I say, depending if Nintendo are going to bring a new console out or not in the next few years, that'll just completely change the whole situation. I mean, who knows what they're going to do? And I don't know what this quality of life is going to be. I'm really fascinated to hear what that's going to be. So yeah. I don't know, it's just all we need to know is we've got some really great consoles to play, and there's a really quality generation of gaming coming up, and I'm really excited to see where it goes. So cheers, Nate, thanks for those questions. So here we go, we've got about 500 questions from Kay Hewitt, so thanks, mate. He's going through his record this week, I think. Alright, so question number 1, why did you think of Cardiacus? Still not watched it. I will do, eventually. What makes you decide on the captions, titles for the Ask Snes videos? It's usually when I'm doing the editing, and it'll just come to me, because I always find it hard to try and put a subtitle for the video every week. I want something that's kind of catchy and that's going to make people look at it, because the title's the most important thing on a video, obviously. I want people to just look at it in their sub feed and go, oh, what the hell's that about? I want to watch that. You know, because obviously at this, stage in my career, yeah, my time on YouTube, I've been on here since 2009, so most people who have subscribed to me for a while know what I'm like, and they either like these videos or they don't, and they'll watch them because they want to watch me and listen to my thoughts on these issues, questions. So, other than that, when you're talking, I want to make sure that people who don't know my channel, have never seen my channel, might come across this video, and the title is going to be the thing that's going to make them click the button to have a look at it. So I'll try and think of something when I'm doing the editing. I'll try and think of all the answers I've given and all the questions that have been asked, and try and think of some way of concocting a title. Sometimes it's really hard, sometimes I just sit there and I just can't think, I go blank. But it all depends on the questions, really. So I remember a video of you showing your dad's motorbike, but cannot find it any longer. Yeah, I deleted that ages ago because he sold the motorbike a long time ago, so yeah. That was a long time ago. What happened to your Star Fox 2 Box Doom edition? That video of yours is one of my favourites. The video is still on my YouTube channel. The game itself obviously has been sold. I won't say where it's gone yet, but a fellow YouTuber bought that, so that will be getting shown. And what is the worst game known to man? I have no idea, absolutely no idea. That's an impossible question. I know some people would probably say like ET on Atari, but there's just so many games to choose from. How could you possibly say that is the ultimate worst game that's ever been created? Because I think all games, there's always something that you can find that you like, whether it's the music, or just the way it controls, or you find it funny to play, or there's always something to like about a shit game. I find there is anyway. Okay, I once won a Super Nintendo cartridge, Dragon's Lair, for 1p including delivery, about 5 years ago. Bloody hell, ever known of any other crazy game bargains? Not that cheap, no. That is pretty bloody awesome, mate, a penny. You can't argue with that at all. In last week's video you said PS4 is likely to be your favourite console of this generation. That really surprised me, not the Wii U then. No, because the Wii U is a great console and they've got some fantastic titles coming out, and it's going to be my second favourite console. But going on the track record of the PlayStation 3 and the PlayStation 1, PlayStation 4 is going to kick some ass. And as I said earlier, I just think they're going to have an amazing slew of exclusives. So for me personally, it's going to be the console. It's going to be my go-to console. I mean, I don't know, in a year's time things might change, but going on track record, I would assume PS4 is going to be my favourite console at this point. But the last generation, if you'd have asked me at this point, at the beginning of the generation, I'd have gone Xbox 360 is the best console ever created, because I was a massive fanboy. And then I bought PS3 and I went, Xbox ain't shit. So, so you don't know, things could change. But at the moment, yeah, PS4 is the best. Alright, next question. I've added you to Miiverse, thank you very much. Care to race me on Mario Kart? I will do at some point, yeah. In fact, I saw your name the other day, so I added you, then I accepted it, so cheers for that. The Wii U gets me so excited. Cannot wait for next year. What do you think of that? Yeah, I think it's great, mate. 2015 Wii U. It's going to be sweet. I mean, Yoshi's Woolly World, Kirby's Rainbow Curse, Splatoon. I mean, it's just going to be absolutely epic. I've got Toad Treasure Tracker on order as well. I can't wait to play that. Toad Treasure Tracker and Yoshi are my two most look forward games. That don't make no sense. They're the games I'm looking forward to the most. And Star Fox. If Star Fox does manage to come out by the end of 2015 and it's a brilliant game, that's me sold. I'm done. I'm happy. I don't care. I've always said I wanted that game, and now it's coming. I just hope they don't bolt it up. Next question. The Wii U did oh, here we go again. Ellen Page or a year's worth of San Miguel. I don't like San Miguel, so Ellen Page. I can't stand San Miguel, it's bloody gross. I may be wrong, but I heard that the original Wii was the best-selling console of its generation. I think this was its main problem. Do you agree? It was the best-selling console as far as I know. It sold, was it 80 million? I think it was. It might have been more than that actually at the end of the console generation. It sold a shitload. And yeah, you could say that was the reason it wasn't the greatest console, because it went mass market and it was a really good idea at the time. I mean, from a business standpoint, it was a fantastic idea. It made a lot of sense, but the game suffered for it, as we know. There are a lot of really good Wii games, but you do have to kind of hunt around for them. They're not, not as simple as just, the Wii U at the moment has a lot of really top tier titles that people can just go, oh yeah, buy that, and this is coming next year and that's coming next year. The Wii, it was always a bit up in the air. I like the console, and the fact that it got GoldenEye alone just makes me own the console, because that game is awesome. I absolutely adore that version. But yeah, next question. I doubt the Wii U will sell as well as the Wii, but I think this is a good thing. Nintendo seems to be aiming for a more hardcore gamer. Do you agree? They do seem to be, yeah. They do seem to be going more towards the. I really can't stand casual and hardcore. I know everyone uses it now, but it seems a bit silly to me. It's just like, yeah, they are going towards the audience they used to have back in the day, like the proper gamer, if you want to put it that. That's even worse, actually. Yeah, they're just aiming towards gamers, not so much the casual market. People who use phones and tablets and dip in and out whenever they can be asked, and they're not going to commit the amount of time that a lot of us commit to gaming. But yeah, I think it's definitely a good thing anyway, because I like the games that bring it out. They seem to be getting it right. Right, next question. Do you ever shop at Aldi or Lidl? It's a bit random. No, I don't. On occasion I've been to Aldi. To be honest, Aldi's the closest to me. Lidl is miles away, so I never go to Lidl, because it's just way out of my way. And we've got so many supermarkets down here, it's insane. So they're all pretty close, but Lidl's like the other side of town, so I don't bother with that. What was the eBay notification on last week's video? What was that? No, I think it was a game dispatch or something. It wasn't nothing special, like a PlayStation game or something. I've seen those Wii U downloadable games on sale in card form in shops. I really wanted Super Mario Kart for Christmas in that form. Love the fact that the game is for sale in physical-ish form in physical shops again. I know you aren't a fan of emulation, virtual console, but do you have to admit that it's cool? Yeah, it is kind of cool in a way. I didn't realise they were doing that. What do the cards look like? They've got like picture of the game and stuff on it. So if you can keep the card when you buy it at this counter, I don't know how it works. Do you just buy the card and then redeem the code when you get home? I assume so. That would be really cool as a collectible thing, but I mean, yeah, you know how I feel about digital. Do you watch Top Gear? Your description of your focus and Megan leads me to think you do. I used to watch Top Gear. I haven't watched it in ages, to be honest. I remember I did a video years ago about the Gadget Show, how shit it was and had ruined it. And then someone told me that Top Gear now is the same as Gadget Show in terms of, like, Top Gear used to be for car lovers, and then it just turned into an entertainment show. The same with Gadget Show. It used to be really good and solid about technology, and it used to give you all the up-to-date information. Now it's just all bullshit challenges that no one gives a toss about. I hate the Gadget Show. They've ruined that bleeding thing. But yeah, I haven't watched Top Gear in ages, but I do like to watch it because I'm not a big car guy. I'm just, I like cars, but I don't know nothing about them. So if it was like a proper show and it was like teaching you about the cars and talking all the technical side, I wouldn't have a clue and I wouldn't watch it. But because they drive around America and different countries and all that, I watch it. So I'm a kind of hypocrite in a way, because it doesn't bother me with that. But when it comes to the Gadget Show, I can't stand that format. So. Would you ever lick the paws of a very angry lion if it meant you could rule Nintendo for a year? If it means I can survive the lion, it won't rip my face off, then yeah. Will E3 2015 be as big for Nintendo as 2014? It should be. I'm hoping they're going to bring a Star Fox demo. If it's coming out there next year and they've managed to get a partner to help them make the game, like they wanted to, we should get a demo at E3, which will knock our socks off, hopefully, fingers crossed. And hopefully they'll have some new games to talk about as well as the upcoming games, which would be really cool. If they come out like they did last year and they give us loads of new exclusive content, they're just on a roll. That's all they need to do every year, just come out with new content and just go bam, 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 there you go. And yeah, that'll be brilliant. That'd be absolutely awesome. E3 2014 persuaded both me and you to buy a Wii U. Have you ever been tempted to buy a new system purely from the E3 show? Yeah, every time. Whenever a new console's announced, whether it be the PlayStation or the Xbox or the Wii, whatever it be, E3 is like a massive part of my life. I mean, I love E3. It's the biggest time. It's like the second Christmas, basically. I make sure I've got time off work and I've got time to just sit down, stay up all night until like 4:30 in the morning, watch all the press conferences and everything. As you know, I do videos on the press conferences. I absolutely adore E3, so it is a big thing for me. And yeah, what they do at E3 can definitely influence purchases, absolutely. Any further questions to ask me and or your other readers? I don't know. I'm not very good at asking you guys. I don't really know what to say. Other than, why do you watch my channel? What do you like about it? Because I never understand what people like about each other's channels. I always find that strange. I'd love to know what the psychology of what draws people to other people and what makes you interested to watch them. But yeah. I think a new Lemmings game would suit the Wii U gamepad. That is a really good idea. Do you see it being viable? Yeah, absolutely. Actually, that makes a lot of sense. The only problem I've got is a lot of this, like the new Kirby game coming up, it's a lot of looking at this screen and not looking at that screen. And that's the only problem I've always had with the gamepad is it can be difficult to get the gamepad to interact with the TV, so you're not just looking at the gamepad screen, which is a bit difficult. But I like the idea of that with Lemmings because, as you say, with a touch screen, you can tap it and choose a different actions like digging or like the umbrella guy or whatever, and that actually worked really well, mate. That's a really good idea. Yeah, they should do that. What's the funniest question someone has asked on here? I can't even remember, to be honest with you, off the top of my head. And Cherry's Italian 4, it's goodbye, isn't it? I mean, well, yeah, you're asking the wrong person questions like that, you know that. Right, okay. Next questions are from LFC Gamer. Okay, so question number 1. Jesus Christ, another load of questions. Right, what do you think of Halloween? I personally find it rather boring these days. Not that interested, mate. I know that Halloween is becoming a bigger thing in this country. It's becoming more like America. But, yeah, it's just Halloween. It doesn't mean anything to me. It's got no real meaning, so, yeah. Do you enjoy visiting the dentist or do you dread it? I think like most people hate it. It's better nowadays. It isn't as bad as it was when I was younger. I find that fillings and stuff, I don't know what they use to freeze your mouth, but it works a treat, and it's just uncomfortable more than it is painful now. So, yeah, I just sort of like lie back, close my eyes, and just let them get on with it, and just think at the end of the day, in a couple of hours' time, it'll all be over and done with, and I'll be at home and I won't care. Did you watch Thomas the Tank Engine, Postman Pat, or Fireman Sam when you were a kid? I watched all 3 of them. Fireman Sam, don't remember too much about it. I know I watched it a little bit. Postman Pat and Thomas the Tank Engine, obviously, they were quality shows. Yeah, I did like them. It's just Ellen Page questions again. Ellen Page or Jennifer Aniston? Jennifer Aniston. Which is weird because I never liked Jennifer Aniston in Friends. But when she got older, she's matured nicely. She's really hot. So yeah. Have you ever borrowed a game off a friend and forgot to return it? No. Have you ever heard of or played Bubsy 3D on the PS1? I have heard of it and I've seen gameplays and it does look bloody terrible. But I've never played it myself, so not a big Bubsy fan, to be quite honest. What was your favourite year in the 90s? Oh my god. 92 when the Super Nintendo released in the UK. That's probably the best one. But think about it, 99 was probably the best year. Just for music. I love 99. Got a lot of good memories from 99. Listening to music on Real Player. Man, that was a tough one. Real Player was terrible, the quality. Yeah, listening to Britney Spears and Eminem on Real Player. Jesus Christ. What's your opinion on hashtags and do you find them useful or useless? They can be, they're handy for searching things, but I don't really, when it comes to Twitter, I just have conversations with people. I don't really pay attention to the hashtag thing. But yeah, I suppose if you're looking for certain things, it can be quite handy. Cadbury's, Nestle or Galaxy, all of the above. I can't pick one of them, mate. They're absolutely awesome. Galaxy is probably the best of the 3 though, because their chocolate is just amazing. But yeah, I love chocolate, doesn't matter what it is. What is your favourite UK sitcom of all time? Only Fools and Horses is my top choice. Yeah, Only Fools is a really good choice. Honestly, mate, I don't even know how you can pick one that's better than Only Fools and Horses. No, I don't think you can. Only Fools is the best one we've ever done. It's consistently brilliant and it aged exceptionally well. You can watch any episode of that completely out of context and it's just funny as hell. And it's probably the one sitcom as well where people can just quote a certain thing from an episode and you just go and you just remember the whole thing about, oh yeah, that was brilliant, classic, yeah, like the blow up dolls, or when was it the phones? I can't remember. I think he had the phones when he was changing the TV in the pub, and he had the satellite dish there, Nick from the airport, and the planes coming towards the. That was just classic. I love Only Fools, man. Quality show. All right, okay. Have you ever heard of a can of? Have you ever had a can of Tizer? I have indeed. Not a bad drink. It's all right. What would you rather do? Listen to a Justin Bieber song or eat a spoonful of Vaseline? Listen to a Justin Bieber song. Yeah, that'd be easier. Have you ever heard of a Let's Player called Nintendo Capri Sun? If so, what do you think of his videos? I've never heard of him. No idea. I don't watch Let's Play videos, to be honest, mate. That's probably why. What is your favourite colour? Red. Do you hate Jeremy Cole? Hate's a strong word, mate. No, I don't. He's a bit of a twat, but he's making his money, and he's that's all I can say is he found a niche. Whether it's a good one or not is debatable, but yeah, he's a bit of a dickhead. What is your favourite game music on the SNES? Castlevania 4, the stage where you're walking through the caves with the rock people. Love that music. Awesome. Who are your favourite game music composers? I haven't got a clue. I'll be honest, I don't know any of the names, so I've no idea. Why do McDonald's call it a Big Mac when it's tiny in comparison to most of Burger King's burgers? That is a valid point. Most of McDonald's burgers are pretty shitty. They taste amazing, but they never look like the picture. And generally I only ever eat them when I'm drunk anyway, so I don't really care too much. But you're right, Burger King always has the best burgers. Do you like waffles? I like bird's eye potato waffles. Not really the same thing, but yeah. Do you watch Storage Hunters on Dave? Which one's Storage Hunters? I don't know if I'm not sure if I've seen that one. Is that the one where they got the lockups and you got that Dave Hester and all them lot? If it's that one, then yeah, I love that show. Or was that Storage Wars? I'm not too sure. But I like that one anyway, it's a good show. Even though you dislike football, which team do you hate the most? I haven't got a clue. I can't hate a football team because I don't know anything about football. I literally do not know a damn thing about football. I don't know who's good and who's bad. What is your least favourite Mario game? Oh, good question, mate. I'd probably say the new Super Mario games on the Wii and the Wii U. They're good games and they're serviceable, but they're just not as fun as the original games on the NES and SNES. And even like Mario 64 and Mario Sunshine, which I love Sunshine. Yeah, I mean Mario 3D World is the best one that they've done on the Wii platforms, as far as I'm concerned. It's a quality game. Right, so thank you for those questions, mate. So I'm just going to change the battery, guys. Here we go again. The battery's running out, typical. And then we'll get back. Hey guys, welcome back. Right, so here we go. Next question is from 16-bit Jay. So cheers, Jay. And his question this week is: what is your opinion on political protesters? And do you think that that jogger was really innocent, or do you think he deliberately ran into the Prime Minister? A political protest, as long as it's peaceful, is absolutely fine. And under a democracy, it definitely should be allowed. And obviously, you do always get these pricks that decide to run in and cause havoc for no reason at all and ruin it for everybody who's there to protest and to put their point across. In terms of that jogger, I'll be honest with you, mate, I don't know much about it. All I know is what I saw on the video. And on the video, it looked like he deliberately ran into him, if I'm honest. It didn't look like it was an accident, as he claimed. And it did make me laugh when I watched the interview with him afterwards, because apparently the protection team said it was an accident and they let him go. I watched the interview with him afterwards, and he said he didn't know who those people were. I was like, seriously? David Cameron, the Prime Minister of England, is in front of you when you're running, surrounded by a load of men, and you don't know that's his protection team. Are you that stupid? Or did he mean that he didn't even know who David Cameron was, in which case he needs a good slap upside the head, because that's just ridiculous. I mean, the biggest problem obviously that came out of it was the whole protection team not doing a particularly great job of protecting our Prime Minister. I mean, especially when you see the one bit where they bundled him away to the left, David Cameron's over there on the right, and no one's protecting him. If he'd have been a diversion, he could have gone in, they would have gone over there, someone could have just walked up and popped David Cameron in the head. So it's ridiculous. I think that's really bad. Obviously there'll be a lot of meetings and they'll get that sorted out, but it's scary, man. It really is frightening when you watch that video. Hopefully it was just a genuine mistake and he ran into him by pure accident. Yeah, he probably won't do that again. Right, okay, what we got next? Okay, so Penelope, I don't know how you pronounce your last name, apologies, is that Taint? I hope that's right. I'm sorry if it's wrong, I'm not very good at this. What was your favourite year in gaming? 97 for me, Final Fantasy 7, Oddworld, Apes Odyssey, Tomb Raider 2 and Broken Sword 2. Yeah, good choice. I'd probably say my favourite year in gaming so far was 2005 when the Xbox 360 came out. It was just because it was such a magical time. It was just an absolutely... that whole build-up that year, I'd pre-ordered the console. I hadn't really got a clue what was coming out on the console. I was just a mad Xbox fan, so I just bought the 360. I thought I'm having it. And when I played that initial demo of Call of Duty 2 in the local game store, man, that game just blew my socks off. I said before, I was so impressed with that demo. And so I was really chuffed I'd done that. And then I spent December the 2nd, 2005, early hours of the morning, flask of tea and a queue of people just waiting to get my Xbox. And then getting it home, I got the day off work, and I was sat at home just caning Call of Duty 2 and Condemned, and that was just the whole lead up to that system that year was just brilliant. Yeah, so I'd say 2005 was a fantastic year. Okay, next one. Let's have a look what we got. Okay, so we've got some questions from Sir Joseph, so thank you for the questions, mate. Next question. Right, first question is, how much did you get for your US Super Nintendo collection? I'm not going to answer that because it's personal, but I got a decent amount, let's put it that way. How many years do you think the Wii U has left? Probably 2 or 3, I would say. As I say, I think 2016, 2017 will probably be when they start bringing out a new console. Might be earlier, but I would assume that's when it's going to be. Do you like Pantera? I'm not a massive fan of Pantera. I like some of the songs. I'll put it over, but I wouldn't say I was a fan, no. And would you consider getting another AES? I've considered the Neo Geo AES so many times, mate. Always thought about getting one back. To be honest, at the moment, no, because the price is just ridiculous. The console alone is like a few £100. Then you've got to get the games, and once you get past all the initial games that everyone buys, that are under 100 each, they just get silly. And I'm not a rich person, so I definitely cannot afford to do that. Neo Geo collecting is a rich man's game, it ain't my game. Right, cheers for them anyway. Next question from Cyanide Shock. What is your favourite lager? Mine is Budweiser. At the moment it's Foster's. I've been a big fan of Foster's for quite a while. I absolutely love it. It's really crisp and tasty. Other than that, I'm pretty prone to anything. I'll drink whatever's available at the time. Carling's a bit of a weird one, because Carling you either get a really good point or a really shit point for your first one. And if you get a really shit one, it gets better the more you drink, because the more drunk you get. I don't mind Heineken's, and it's alright. Carlsberg is okay. It's a bit like Carling. You either get a good one or a bad one. Budweiser, I really like that a lot, but it doesn't do me any good. It affects me in bad ways, so I don't drink that. It can make me quite angry and violent, so I don't drink Budweiser. I don't know why it does that. It just does. It's weird. Shame, because I really like it. It tastes amazing. But yeah, I'd say Foster's is absolutely my favourite. Okay, so next questions are from Sega Sent Me One, so cheers. Okay, 3 doors. First door leads to an alternate universe in which the Realm SNES games come in and Mega Drive this realm SNES games come in Mega Drive cases and Mega Drive come in Super Nintendo cases. Door number 2. SNES games don't exist in this world, but hot women go wild for gamers and take us out. Okay. Door number 3. Games across the board only cost $4.99 retail on all platforms, and an official Super Nintendo 2 console exists, but video games are banned for a 5-year duration, and caught playing one faces 5 years imprisonment. Which one would you choose? Ooh. I'd probably go for door number 1, because at least we get Super Nintendo games in cases that aren't going to get battered. That's probably the safest bet, I think, yeah. Not good for the Mega Drive owners because they have to have cardboard boxes, but yeah, that's a shame, isn't it? Yeah, I'd go for door number 1. Interesting question there, mate. It's certainly different. Okay. Right, next set of questions are from Muzz247365. Thank you. Question number 1. Any chance of an update to your short-lived Welcome to Western Super Mario series? There ain't a lot more I can show you, really, mate, to be honest with you. The town hasn't changed that much, really. Other than we got a big wheel and the front's been changed a little bit. So maybe one day I suppose I could do another tour downtown, because they've done all the walkway's been done since I did my last video. I'll have to back and watch my old videos, have a look what the differences are. But yeah, in general the town hasn't really changed that much. Just the front looks a bit nicer, and we got a new pier as well because the other one burnt down. Are you collecting PlayStation games again, or are you planning to grab both PlayStation 1 and 2? Yes, I am. PlayStation 1 and 2, because that is going to be PlayStation Corner over there. So I've got PlayStation 1, 2, 3 and 4. That'll be getting filled up. So yes, PS1 games are definitely on the agenda. I've changed from NTSC to PAL because I just can't be asked to import American PlayStation games. I thought I could, but I really can't be bothered. And at the end of the day, PAL games, I prefer the boxes. They're much cooler. So yeah. PlayStation 2 I've got a major checker pass for that bloody console, but I'm going to get that. I was looking at Xbox and then I thought, no, I don't want to go back down the road with the Xbox again. I can't be asked. So any games that are better on Xbox, I'll just get them on PlayStation 2 and enjoy them on there. Next question. Any thoughts on the recent Marvel movie announcements? To be honest with you, mate, I've seen the announcements, but it sort of goes over my head a little bit because I don't know, like Doctor Strange and was it Black Adam? I think it was another one, or Black Panther or some bloody thing. I don't know. A lot of it I don't understand it, in Civil War and all them kind of things. I don't know what any of that means. So when the trailers come out, I'll check out the trailers and see if they're interested or not, because I don't have a clue what's coming up. I mean, like Ant-Man. Ant-Man sounds so weird, but you know, I'm interested to see it as well. And I still need to see Guardians of the Galaxy, because Guardians of the Galaxy 2 is coming out as well. So yeah, I've got a lot of catching up to do. Right, next question. Where did you get your Amsterdam t-shirt from? It was Asda, if you remember, George from Asda. And did you see the recent Godzilla film? If so, what did you make of it? Yeah, I watched it and it was crap. Biggest fundamental problem with that film, killing Bryan Cranston so early in the film. What the hell did they do that for? They took Bryan Cranston, fantastic actor, really held your attention at the beginning of the film, killed him off. Sorry, spoiler alert, I just realised. Shit, everyone's going to be going mental in the comments now. And then his son, who is not a particularly great actor, took his place, and just the film was so boring. Like, even the fights with Godzilla, it was just boring. I did not enjoy it at all. And that film should have been really epic, and it just, yeah, failed. If you're a massive Godzilla fan, maybe it's more enjoyable. For me personally, as a non-Godzilla fan, I thought the film was shit. Right, okay. Okay, so that's the last of the questions this week, but I'm pretty sure, I think I missed a couple of questions in the last week, so I do apologise for that. I will just go back and find them now. I remember after I filmed the video, I noticed that I'd missed a couple of questions off, and I was like, oh crap. So I'll just do them now. Just need to find them. I could have sworn there was another question. That's weird, I swear I saw it. Maybe I'm wrong then. I could have... Oh, okay. I could have sworn there was some extra questions that I missed off last week. Apparently not. Oh, that's alright, that's good. Right, so there you go guys, that's this week's episode done and dusted. So if you do have any questions for me, please put them in the comments down below, and you'll get a response next Friday. I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, please give it a thumbs up, really helps a lot. If you want to see more videos, just click on subscribe guys. Thank you very much for watching, thank you to everyone asking me a question as well, and I'll see you all again next week.
They dropped a bomb. They dropped a bomb. They dropped a bomb on me. They dropped a bomb. They dropped a bomb. They dropped a bomb on me. They dropped a bomb. They dropped a bomb. They dropped a bomb on me. They dropped a bomb.